Coming up on today's episode of Airborne Unlimited, New York air traffic controllers hear threat of Washington attack. Also, Virgin Orbit ready to try again this weekend. And latest USAF test aircraft is an XCub. Happy Friday, everybody. Thank you for joining us. I'm your host, Kimberly Kay. We have an exciting episode with the latest news that's happening in the aviation community. So let's go ahead and start with a very scary situation earlier in the week when New York air traffic controllers hear threat of Washington attack. Both the FBI and the FAA investigated reports after a Monday broadcast of a short audio message on air traffic frequencies threatening an attack on the U.S. Capitol in revenge for the killing of an Iranian general a year ago. The digitally manipulated voice had a simple message: "We are flying a plane into the Capitol on Wednesday. Soleimani will be avenged." While law enforcement sources indicated that there was a low probability of an actual threat, various federal agencies took it seriously and investigated. And further to that, the aviation community was put under the microscope as a result. The threat was issued on the one-year anniversary of Soleimani's death and mimics a number of threats made by Iranian government officials. Attempts at retaliation action by the Iranian government have been pretty unsuccessful and are implicated in the missile shoot-down of a civilian airliner last year, as military forces on high alert mistook a scheduled airliner for a hostile aircraft. Concern was further heightened due to the fact that Wednesday was the same day that Congress was scheduled to certify the results of the Electoral College, an event which ultimately encountered other issues of a more terrestrial nature. After the break, COVID exposure issues shut down shipping for one aircraft company. I'll tell you which one and for how long after these messages.
Are you ready to ace your FAA drone pilot knowledge test, get your remote pilot certificate, and start earning money? Well, flying a drone is a great tool that can open up new business opportunities for anyone. Realtor, insurance adjuster, videographer, or commercial weekend drone warrior, you need to fly legally. Whether you're pursuing your initial Part 107 remote pilot certificate or you need a renewal, King Schools has a course just for you. So start learning today at kingschools.com.
VLT is just another tick on your pre-flight checklist until you need it. Did you ever wonder what would happen if you had an engine failure over the mountains, marshland, or other dangerous terrain? Take to the skies confidently with the most reliable and highest performing ELTs and safety products on board that instantly mobilize life-saving search and rescue across the world. Read survivor stories from aviators and adventurers who survived life-threatening encounters thanks to ACR and RTEC's life-saving technology. Luck favors the prepared at survivorclub.com.
There's a difference between charting a steady course and pushing for the ceiling. And for nearly a century, Hartzell Propeller has been defining that difference. It's in our passion for engineering and research and our dedication to testing the limits of performance. We are built on honor. We are Hartzell Propeller.
Welcome back. With so much news coming out of the aviation industry, we're going to be summarizing some other interesting stories in a brief segment we call Around the Patch. So let's start with COVID exposure shuts down Van's aircraft shipping through the 15th. The COVID-19 effect continues, this time to the folks at Van's Aircraft. Vans tells us that due to a recent unfortunate COVID-19 exposure event, we have sent our parts and hardware shipping team home for 14 days to quarantine. That means we have only a couple of people in place to try and support the workload that is normally staffed by more than 10 people. As a result, our shipping department is currently considered to be closed until the 15th, with the exception of bona fide emergency shipments. Yuma Airshow postponed due to COVID issues. The message on Facebook said it all. In the interest of public safety, we have elected to cancel our 2021 Yuma Airshow. We will shift our planning efforts to our 2022 Airshow in order to provide the best show possible. We will see you all in March 12th of 2022. Per the CEO of MCAS Yuma, and due to the COVID-19 concerns and safety of the public, MCAS Yuma canceled the entire airshow to both the general public and those who have already purchased tickets. FAA announces final rule facilitating reintroduction of civil supersonic flight. The FAA has issued a final rule to facilitate the safe development of civil supersonic aircraft. The rule streamlines and clarifies procedures to obtain FAA approval for supersonic flight testing in the United States. This rule will help ensure that companies developing these aircraft clearly understand the process of gaining FAA approval to conduct flight testing, which is a key step in ultimately bringing their products to market. Kaman K-1200 K-MAX helicopter earns Brazil TC. Kaman Air Vehicles has confirmed La Agencia Nacional de Aviación Civil in Brazil has issued a type certificate for the Kaman K-1200 K-MAX helicopter. Kaman has been marketing the K-MAX helicopter to various Brazil operators, power line, oil and gas firms, and engineering companies over the past 2 years, and this certification clears the path for K-MAX operations in Brazil. Well, that does it for today's trip around the patch. Now let's return to the rest of the news. Virgin Orbit ready to try again this weekend. Virgin Orbit's excitement is showing with a recent social media post saying, "Our team is hitting the ground running in 2021. The window for our Launch Demo 2 mission opens this Sunday, January 10th, with opportunities to launch throughout January." Richard Branson joined in by tweeting, "Very excited that the launch window for Virgin Orbit's Launch Demo 2 mission opens this Sunday, with opportunities to launch throughout January." The brilliant team are making their way through final reviews, checks, and readiness discussions. After closing out December with a successful wet dress rehearsal, VO is entering the new year riding a strong wave of momentum. Cosmic Girl and Launcher One are on the tarmac at Mojave Air and Spaceport ready to go to work. They are finally making their way through final reviews, checks, and readiness discussions. 9 CubeSat missions comprising 10 total spacecraft are set to fly on Launcher 1 during Launch Demo 2, which will also mark the 20th mission in NASA's educational launch of nanosatellite series. Nearly each payload of this flight was fully designed and built by universities across the U.S. After these messages, the United States Air Force is testing a new aircraft. I'll tell you which one after the break.
Skyleader Aircraft offers a lineup of the most powerful, durable, and efficient light sport aircraft in the industry. From trainers to roomy cockpits for long hauls, Skyleader has an aircraft for you. And the best part? They're in your budget. Skyleader's base prices are set low to give you room to customize your aircraft to your needs, desires, and wallet, allowing you to put your money where it matters to you most. Visit flyskyleader.com today to learn about our aircraft, customization options, and chat with the team. Swift Fuels proudly introduces the Forever Avgas STC. One simple upfront purchase entitles the Forever STC certificate holder to receive all current and future Avgas STCs that the FAA issues to Swift Fuels. The best part? It's priced today at only $100, and the prepaid certificate never expires. Get your Forever Avgas STC today at swiftfuelsavgas.com.
I believe that if people use the landing doctor training program, they will have less accidents and eventually their insurance will go down and they will make a superior pilot. We do personal limitation checklists, which is the most important reason you need to fly with limits. We do ground proximity awareness training, and we do this with a crosswind. We've been operating 6 Bristells for 2 years without one insurance claim. The Landing Doctor program is working, and you're going to hear more about it.
Welcome back. The United States Air Force have their eyes on XCub as their latest test aircraft. The small aircraft that is poised to make a big impact on military personnel recovery made a brief stop in the Dayton area on its way to St. Mary's County, Maryland, where it will be used to test Air Force Research Laboratory developed low-altitude sensing helmet system. The Cub Crafter's XCub aircraft was ferried from Yakima, Washington to Lewis Jackson Regional Airport near Dayton on its journey to the AFRL 711th Human Performance Wings Contracted Research Flight Test Organization facility on December 21st. The aircraft was recently purchased by AFRL to advance the initial Lysander flying experiment, which will demonstrate the low-altitude sensing helmet system known as LASH. LASH, a portable kit developed within the AFRL's 711th Human Performance Wings Airman Systems Directorate, contains specialized equipment, including a flight helmet, a thermal camera, night vision goggles, and various other components. The kit can quickly and easily be installed onto nearly any general aviation aircraft to equip pilots for low-level, low-speed, nighttime flight, something that is essential for personnel recovery and other featherweight airlift special missions, according to Dr. Darrell Hopper, 711th Human Performance Wing Project Lead. Well, that does it for our show today. I'm your host, Kimberly Kay. You can catch episodes of Airborne on Roku and Fire TV. Just search for Aero-News or Airborne in the directory. And don't forget to subscribe to us on social media. And of course, feel free to comment with story suggestions or just to say hi. We'll see you next week.